When we walk into a house, we spot things most buyers miss. We'll share those with you today. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Alex, and we are local real estate agents serving Minnesota and Western Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about spotting things that folks don't and letting our clients know about it.
Yeah. First thing that you want to look for is cracks in the foundation.
Yeah, definitely.
Sometimes a crack in the foundation is just an old house that's settled.
Yep, sometimes it's not a big deal.
And it's not a big deal. Sometimes cracks in the foundation can mean the house is crumbling and going to fall down at some point.
It could be literally any minute now. So yes. We've seen both.
Yep. And again, that's the importance of why you want to get an inspection when you do find a home. So maybe the cracks in the foundation seem like not that big of a deal.
Could be minor. Could be a little settling.
Yeah. Let's get an inspector in and make sure that's the case.
Definitely. And if it's really bad and the inspector's not sure, that's when we call in the big guns. We go for the pros and the structural engineers and foundation repair
basement guys.
Yep. So we have foundation repair folks that we work with too. So the next thing would be old electrical. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of a hidden thing that people don't realize. There are actually panels made by a company called Federal Pacific. They were really popular way back when. Not so much today, but
we still see
them. I've found two now in the last 3 years I've seen. So it's not a lot. I mean, I look at a lot of houses in 2-3 years time, but they are out there. And they're a hazard. A lot of insurance companies won't cover them. They tend to set houses on fire. The big problem with Federal Pacific, and they're specifically stab lock panels is what they're called. They use these weird little breakers. They're very distinctive. They stand out like a sore thumb compared to a normal breaker box.
Mm-hmm.
They look different, yep. And that's a good thing because what happens is they don't flip when you're supposed to have an outlet pop over and the breaker go. It doesn't blow. And the next thing you know, your wiring overheats and it sets a whole wall on fire. There have been multiple homes caught on fire due to Federal Pacific stab lock panels. So that is something that we always look for because the general public doesn't know this. It's a weird one-off thing, but we want to look at it. But you do now, yeah. So there you go. If that's the one thing you get today, look out for your Federal Pacific panel, and if you have one, get it gone. Insurance companies don't like them for, I think, pretty obvious reasons, and we don't either. So we have negotiated on those, and we've coached our clients to walk away from homes where they refused to. The two homes, both my clients loved the house, hated the panel issue, and we did walk away from both of them because we had offers on them that they were going to accept, but they wouldn't budge on replacing that panel because it's like a $7,000 to $10,000 undertaking because now you have to bring the rest of the home up to code as far as new electrical code. So you'll have an old home and you're looking at adding some pretty significant changes to older homes. So it's just a big thing. So we always ask for between $7,000 and $10,000 of seller paid credits to get it fixed because it has to happen. The home's just not safe.
All right. Next thing is signs of water damage.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's pretty obvious, but less obvious signs could be no flooring in a basement where maybe you see tack strips where carpet had been.
Yeah, where there was formerly flooring and now there is not.
Yeah. Moisture crawling up the foundation walls in a basement.
Efflorescing.
Yeah.
Can be caused signs of hydraulic pressure from water trying to get in.
Dehumidifiers, which can be pretty common, but it can also be a sign of seepage or
not
moisture.
Always, but yeah, sometimes it's just something to clue you in. Like this might be a yellow flag, not a red flag.
Yeah.
Right. Like let's look into this a little more.
Yep. More obvious signs is if you see water crawling up the water stains, up
active leak stains,
sidewall, up walls. Look up. I mean, it's so easy to just get
just like laser focused on what's right in front of you
on the layout of the house, but look up because you might see water damage in the ceiling,
roof leaks.
A lot of
bathrooms. A lot of times it's not even the roof itself that's leaking so much as like there's boots that go around the pipes that come through the roof,
chimney
flashing. Yeah, and they go bad. The rubber goes bad. It's up in the sun and the snow and the ice up here all the time. Those things rot.
Yep.
They have a lifespan. So
anything else on the water damage? Any other clues?
You know, here's a fun clue. I actually had a home that was inspected that my clients were under contract for, and the best clue is there was water spraying out the block because it had rained super hard, and yeah, there was literally so much water built up behind that basement wall that it was spraying like
shooting across.
it was like an outboard engine spray, just like just going. So that was a pretty
that
big
was
red
pretty
flag.
obvious.
I feel like that was pretty obvious. Yeah, our inspector got sprayed. It was a whole thing. So yeah, we didn't go through with that one. That was a little more than they wanted to handle.
That was a little more than water damage too. That was some foundation issues.
That was serious foundation problems. Yeah. So in the same line, the next one would be roof age and condition. Something that is happening all over the country now, not just Minnesota and Wisconsin, but all over the country. Roof age and condition is causing people to be unable to get insurance. If you can't get homeowners insurance, you can't get a mortgage. That's a problem. And some mortgage companies aren't able to underwrite due to the age of the roof, just like they can't underwrite your insurance due to the age. So that's a big talking point right now. Like roofs that are over about 15 years, you're starting to get into that. You're getting into that territory where it might get a little sketchy. It could get a little hard to get insurance on it. That's a problem. So we definitely want to look for that. And again, your inspector should be getting up on that roof and taking a closer look at it, not just binoculars from the street like some guys do. I want them up on that roof and looking because, you know, if they could
unless it's icy out in the middle of winter.
Well, okay, we'll give them that. We'll grant them a little pass if it's snowy out. But even then, buyer beware. Like if there's snow on the roof, if it's not a brand new roof, you know, I worry a little bit about it if it's, you know, if it's covered up and you can't see the quality of it. I mean, the duplex that we were looking to purchase for ourselves, it had a brand new roof literally this same year, and there were 3 spots where shingles were already missing because the roofers had installed it inappropriately. Yep, they did a bad job installing it. They didn't get nails into the nail strip, and we had a very light windstorm, and it lost three sections of shingles, brand new, not even 6 months old.
Yeah, so things, I mean, your inspector is always going to be able to tell, but things for you to look for. First of all, in the seller's disclosure, which your agent will have access to, or we will have access to, has the age of the roof in there.
It should.
And if it doesn't, you can ask the sellers. Look for maybe peeling or curled shingles as well.
Anywhere you can see the frayed edges of a shingle where you got a lot of granular loss and it's like the fiber, because there's fiberglass in the center of your shingle. If you can see the white fibers, it's done.
Yeah. Now, one thing that a lot of people call out is if they see like moss or green or dirty roofs, sometimes that's a sign of poor roof conditions, and sometimes it just needs to be washed.
Sometimes it's just a tree that's too close to the roof and it's causing shade, moss-like shade.
Yep, exactly. I just showed a home where there was a lot of green on it, and then the roof was only a year old, so it was just from tree overhang. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people think that it's an indicator of a bad roof, but it isn't always.
Not necessarily. Yeah, definitely. And then finally, this one's more for people that are, we do virtual tours with folks sometimes. You know, we have buyers who come from out of state who are moving for a job. We've had some buyers come from all the way from the UK. So we help people from all over the world. And one of the things that we've done to facilitate that is virtual tours. Make sure that you're getting a bead on what the house smells like. I know it's such a subtle thing, and when you walk into it yourself, you probably know, right? If it smells like pets, if it smells like smoke, if it smells like any number of things, rotten food, who knows? You know, pest infestation, it could be mold. Mold has a very distinctive smell.
When you're relocating, your agent is your boots on the ground.
Yep.
And
your eyes, ears, and nose.
Yeah.
So definitely make sure that you're getting a bead on what that is like, because that's not a pleasant surprise to come to your new home and find that it smells bad. That's not great.
A lot of times, though, like an ozone machine can be a good option to help. Otherwise, is smoke remediation companies as well.
We work with a guy that does pet odor remediation. So
there's options, but it's just something to be aware of. One bonus one.
Ooh, bonus.
So for more rural properties, Wells and septics are super common.
We deal with a lot of well and septic. Yeah, a lot of
Yep.
folks don't know what to do with those. It's a foreign concept for some folks,
Yep.
which makes sense.
Yep. So again, well and septic isn't necessarily something that you can visibly see during a showing,
No.
but you can get information from the sellers. The septic system should have a compliance certification or have plans to have a compliance certification.
Yeah,
before
they can take a little bit to get scheduled out.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes give them a little grace. It can take a month or two sometimes. So
yep. And then wells, really what you're thinking about there is the water. So sometimes you can get bacteria in the water, and that's this very simple test that you can do.
Right.
And then treat the well water, and that's pretty easy as
it's
well.
affordable and inexpensive, and it can be done. But you're also looking for your age of your well, when was it drilled, or how was it drilled? Because there's all sorts of variables. How deep is it? You know, what's the quality of the water look like? Is it a submersible, or what are you working with? And the age of it, because that equipment wears out too, and that's going to cost you. Like, you know, they're all driven by electricity, and those old wellheads they can run up your bill pretty quick.
Yeah.
Personal experience, we had an older pressure tank. That's another piece of equipment as your well, and our pressure tank was not building pressure the way it's supposed to, so it was making our wellhead run all the time. And so I replaced that tank, and our bill went down like $60 a month, just in electricity, because of the way the well was no longer running all the time. So things to look out for.
Yep. All right, guys, we have got a free checklist for you to bring on your showings. So check it out, download it in the link below. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And as always, feel free to, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Let us know what you want to hear about, or if you need help with anything. Again, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to work with you. You know, if you're looking for an agent that can do these things for you and already has this kind of stuff set aside and ready to go, we'd be happy to hear from you. So again, thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.